put syrup in it, cold brew.
Really?
Half the time. Yep. I'll just see them like pumping away. And I'm like, what are you adding?
For fun?
Yep.
But do you ask for black?
Well, I didn't
You just
think
say
I
cold
had
brew.
to. I just said cold brew. And then there's a big jug labeled cold brew. I'm like, that's all I want. But some places, not all, will just start throwing things in there.
Like Starbucks or just coffee shops in general?
Starbucks. And then this time I was like, hey, like, can you not? And the guy was like, yeah. I was like, okay, weird. I had to ask.
I feel like we've started 2 podcasts already shitting on Starbucks. But
I shit
like
on
it.
Starbucks a lot, and then I just go every day.
Yeah. Want to hear something crazy that I did with my coffee today?
Got caffeinated.
Hannah makes fun of me because I drink decaf coffee.
She drinks a decaf.
No, I drink a caffeinated coffee 1 in the morning, and then my afternoon coffee is decaf.
That's very responsible.
Decaf still has caffeine. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, because it can be like more or less decaffeinated.
I guess. No, just like in general, any decaf coffee has caffeine in it. Just very like little.
No.
I drank a decaf coffee right before this podcast episode because I wanted like some energy, but then I didn't want to be up all night. But then I also didn't want my teeth to turn yellow. So I remember this thing my dentist told me where it was to drink coffee through a straw.
Oh, gross.
It was really, I like tried to do it because I was like really didn't want my teeth to be yellow for the podcast.
Mine will be.
But I was like, this is disgusting.
Yeah, I've tried to do that as well. Like drink, I like anything through a straw that's like colored. But like a lot of stuff just shouldn't be drank through a straw.
What else have you tried to drink through a straw?
I think I probably tried to drink alcoholic beverages through a straw.
Oh, ew.
Yes, because a lot of them have like dyes or it's like wine or something like that.
Right.
It doesn't work.
No, yeah. And I drank part of it through a straw and I'm like, this is disgusting. And then I just drank it. But then my dentist also told me to like rinse your mouth out after with water. Like you don't swallow, you just like rinse and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great tips. And that's the pod.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in.
Fuck Starbucks, and here's a coffee tip.
This has been Menty Breaky Epi 12y.
Are we already at Epi 12y?
We're at Epi 12y, girlfriend.
Holy moly.
I'm actually losing track. Like, even when I just said that, I was like, is this Epi 12? Yeah.
That's insane.
I know. It is weird, though, because, like, sometimes the clips will get a lot of views, but then the podcast still does not get a lot of listens.
That's the podcast game, baby.
But then sometimes like clips will get less views, but maybe it still forces people to listen to the podcast.
Well, yeah, I mean, everyone just watches clips now. That
I know.
Is life. And then I still had people the other day coming up being like, love the pod. And in my head, I'm like, you don't listen.
Yeah.
Like, you watch the clips.
I ask every single person. Yeah. They're like, love the pod. I'm like, you listen?
And they're like,
no.
They're like, no, I just know you have a podcast.
Yeah. They're like, the name sounds fun.
Yeah.
Or they're like, yeah, I really like the clips. The clips are funny. I'm like, okay, so then why don't you say, I really like the clips of the podcast.
Yeah. I had someone say that they saw a kid having a mental breakdown. Did they tell you this as well?
No.
A comic said they saw a kid having a mental breakdown and they thought, oh, he's having a menti breaky. Like, because he was throwing a tantrum in public.
Yeah.
I was like, love that.
Love that.
And then I had 2 other people that came to a comedy show that came up to me and they're like, love the pod. And I was like,
oh, really? Like randoms? Not randoms, fans that we don't know personally?
Correct. Doesn't it make you feel so good?
It actually warms my heart. Like sometimes when people say shit like that, I don't know how to express the fact that like my heart literally feels warm.
Yeah, like you created something and someone appreciates it.
Yeah.
Like, nothing better.
Yeah, we created something.
Yeah. It's nice. And it's and then also someone shouted out our podcast when we were on a show together. And we were like not expecting it either.
No, we weren't.
And not a single person in that audience will look it up.
No, not one person in that audience will look up that podcast, but it was mentioned.
But when the fans came up and they were like, oh, we love your podcast, I was like, oh my God, that's so sweet. Like, and then the person that introduced me was like, who likes Menty Breaky? And they're like, woo.
Oh
it was so cute.
Well, you know what's funny about that Yuck Yucks show? Because it was Yuck Yucks where they called out our podcast when they were introducing me.
Yuck Yucks, have you heard of it?
Have you heard of
it? Big deal.
Hannah and I were on Yuck Yucks.
You were on?
And
I swear they lit me early too.
did they even light you?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the red light?
Mm-hmm.
That's on the whole time, Hannah.
Yeah, so they forget.
Yeah.
But me, they lit.
Oh, really?
Because they'll just, if they remember, then they do it. And if they don't, then it's just on the whole time.
Yeah, like every
It's
time I go, it's on the whole time.
The worst.
So for anyone listening, basically you get lit as a comic. So when you see a red light, that means you have 1 minute left.
Mm-hmm.
But Yuck Yucks just like...
Notoriously at every location.
Yeah.
Because there's like 10 locations. They don't know how to light.
So
like,
the light's just on
don't.
for your whole set.
It might be on for the whole set. They might not do it at all. Like
Yeah.
one time I was just like not lit.
Yeah.
And I was like, did like 15 extra minutes and I was dying. And I was like, I'm gonna kill myself if someone doesn't fucking light me.
Yeah.
They will, or they'll just flash it while like your eyes are closed or you're looking
Right.
down, and they'll just flash it and then
Yeah.
get mad at you for running the light, and you're like, what light?
Like
And they're
Absolute. Absolute flashes it. Like if you blink when Absolute flashes the light, you're fucking done.
Yep.
And then if you go over time, they're like, never come back.
Yeah, they're like, what? How fucking dare you? And
Yeah.
you're like, well, you timed it to my blink.
Yeah.
So I guess I missed it.
Us just shitting on every major comedy club in Canada.
But it's not hard to
it's
light
not.
someone.
At a club. Like that's you have one
It's
job.
so easy to light someone.
Okay, so everyone really liked the men who came
Yes.
through for our most pathetic
Yes.
stories.
We got lots of feedback. Love pathetic men.
We love pathetic men. I love pathetic men.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and you had an update on the story
Well,
Re the
it's
Field.
just Ben Albert.
Yes.
He came back and
Field man.
Field man, and he's like, yeah, like. Not only did they ride home together after, the guy threw a fit
Yeah.
apparently and like smashed his, like got drunk and like threw a fit and smashed his bottle of whatever, like truly a like tantrum that he wasn't picked, which is like great. And then the girl, because he sent it to the girl, the clip.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and-
oh my
And
god.
she was like, you're not pathetic because I chose you. I'm like, no, he's still pathetic.
Okay, literally someone said that to me too. They were like, well, he like won. So, and I'm like,
He put himself in the situation.
yeah. I'm like, he drove to a field to see if he would get chosen. It doesn't matter if he's chosen or not.
Yeah.
That is pathetic.
Yes, like what would have been the non-pathetic thing would have been like, no.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
Yeah, like I'm good. Like you're fucking someone else. Like maybe I'll just move on.
Yeah, I'll just find someone else. But she was like, no, you're not pathetic. And she, so she told him he wasn't pathetic. I was like, no, you are.
No, don't worry. Yeah. And then someone commented on our YouTube video being like, you guys are laughing at this guy's pain or trauma. Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Ben's doing fine.
Oh, Ben's doing fine. He also had free will to drive to the field, chose to drive to the
Oh
field,
my
and then chose to
God.
write into Menty Breaky about it.
Women are throwing themselves at Ben.
Yes.
He has to take breaks because he gets too much
pussy.
and he's like, I need a break.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
It's a hard life for Ben.
So Ben is doing more. He needs to be laughed at every once in a while.
Okay.
So my friend, because I know everyone involved in this story, so it just makes me so happy.
Yeah.
So my friend said, she's like, Hannah, the same thing happened to me because this was in high school. Her and another girl both had a crush on a guy in our friend group. It was all of three of them were in a friend group. So they took him to a park and it said, you have to choose one of us. They were like all hanging out in a park and they're like, okay, time to choose. Like, cause we both have a crush on you. So now you have to pick who you want to be with. And he chose the other girl. She's like, I didn't really think past this moment. And then she just had to hang out with him after she was rejected in the park. And she's like, yeah, I hadn't really thought through what would happen if I didn't get picked.
I mean, I love the confidence. Like,
yeah,
I'm not even gonna
picking going to a park and being like,
Like, of
choose,
course I'll be
and then being like,
chosen.
right, now I have to hang out with these people that are dating now.
You're like, oh yeah, I had
Yeah.
an option of not getting chosen, and that happened to me.
Oh my god, so funny.
Wait, but he didn't dating either of them.
No, but I think he started after that moment dating the other girl. Like it
Oh.
started their relationship.
Could you imagine? It's like, how'd you guys get together? And you have to be like, oh, I took him to a field with another girl and made him pick.
Yeah,
and he
like
picked
that's
me.
in their wedding vows to each other or speech. You're like, oh.
Yeah. You're like, oh, nice.
Yeah, because I remember those two dating after. So I'm
Right.
like, I guess that was how the relationship started.
That's so funny.
Yeah, poor girl. But she's happily married now.
We love that for her.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the guy she's married to did not pick her against another girl in a field
No,
because
he picked
she
her
was
on a
the
volleyball field.
She was the
that I was
only-
also on. I had a
Wow.
crush on her husband.
Really?
Yeah, they
Wow.
both know now.
Wow.
And I was like, she told me that she had a crush on him. I was like, get in line, girl. And then they like immediately started dating. I was like, fair enough. Carry on then.
Carry on.
Yeah.
I guess you skipped the line
I
cue.
know, like, well, okay. Thought there was an order to this. Apparently not.
I was here first.
Yeah.
I guess it is not by how long we've been here
know.
for.
I'm like, oh, turns out he doesn't want to be with me.
That's so funny.
Yeah, we made him pick on a volleyball field. No.
I imagine everyone's like, yeah, that's just like how people choose people now.
Yeah. Like,
You just take them to a
that
field.
would be fun. That's like a dystopian.
I would hate that.
A dystopian novel.
Yeah. If you
Where
don't
the-
get chosen, you like die.
You have to go to a field, and then
You
the
wait
other
at the
two just
field.
kill you. And they start dating.
They're like, we're the friend group now.
Yeah. So that's the updates on. So guys, get out there, get into a field, choose your love.
Choose your
Let
love
us
on
know.
a field. Let us know how it goes. Let us know if you get chosen or not. We now have one chosen, one not chosen.
Yeah.
But we also have one.
If you're the chooser, we would love to hear.
We would love to hear from the chooser. If you're the initiator, we'd love to hear from initiators. You know what else is funny? So the girl that did not get chosen, was this in high school? In high school.
Mm-hmm.
In high school, now is married, and the guy that got chosen is now single, drowning in pussy, but still single.
And you know what? Okay, I don't know. I have a feeling that the girl that got chosen isn't married.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Are we making patterns and trends?
Interesting.
Interesting.
So if you get chosen early, bad luck. It's actually really bad. It's actually
chosen on
horrible.
the field,
if you
you're not gonna get
chosen on a
married.
field. If you get chosen on a field, heaven help ya, because you're gonna die alone.
You think it's exciting to get chosen on the field?
No,
Think again, because we have
Yeah.
stats now.
we have a trend.
Yeah, and then people had a lot of fan theories regarding the guy who regarding the guy who brought his friend on the date. So one of my friends was like,
Sorry, once again, I have leg issues because I'm doing a lot of Pilates.
okay, Hannah just interrupting the podcast to flex.
Well, they can't see. No, I'm not flexing. I'm hurt. I'm injured.
And you're like, I just do so much Pilates.
Not anymore because I got an injury.
Oh no.
I did an intense class.
Yeah, that's not for me.
Eric, fuck you.
Fuck you, Eric.
I like pushed myself to keep up with. I walked into a class and normally it's like schlubby people at Union and I feel really good about myself.
Right.
And this was all hot people.
No.
And I was like, what's going on? And the girl beside me, she's like, this guy has a bit of a cult following. Red flag.
Red flag.
And I didn't listen to my body and I pushed myself and now I'm injured.
No, you have to listen to your body. Sometimes I just chill in downward dog for like 30
I
minutes.
should have done that.
Okay, one time I went to a yoga class and a girl literally was at the back of the class on her mat just lying there the whole class. Like didn't do anything, which is like, fine, girl, do your thing, but it's like you could have done this at home.
She paid to do that.
She paid to just lie there. Honestly, kind of vibes, like knowing everyone is working around you and you're just like,
I guess
fucking-
like that's her like ASMR is like people doing yoga around her.
like people working,
That's the only way she can fall asleep.
and she
She
just
goes
lied
to
there
offices and like passes out.
the whole time she lied there.
That's yeah.
People are people.
People are people. I shouldn't have fucking joined this guy's cult.
Yeah. I once did a yoga class with this girl like repetitively and she was like, I love when you're in my yoga class because you give people like the confidence to
to not do something.
Yeah.
That's nice.
She's like, well, you give people, because everyone looks at each other and then they're like, okay, everyone's pushing. But I'll just be like, fuck it and go into downward dog. And then when I did it, like half the class did it.
Yeah. Yes. So I wish I had been that person for this class. And it kind of was me already, because some of the stuff I was like, I just cannot do this, sir. And then, but then other stuff I like pushed myself.
No.
Bad. I should have been Monica and just been like, child's pose, good night.
Child's pose. Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Child's pose, not downward dog.
I like going into downward dog too.
Yeah,
but
me
child's
too.
Posing
just
is
child's
funny.
pose. Okay, so now I'm going to get back to my fan theory. That's okay. Hannah's comfortable. So the guy who brought his friend.
Honestly? Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Go on. Yeah.
Yeah, he brought his friend because he was in love with his friend.
Yeah, that's my brother floated this theory.
Yeah.
Our brother.
Hannah's
he said
brother.
He actually broke it down for us. He's like, he was going to make a big move on his friend, but you ruined it by telling his friend that you guys were on a date.
Yeah.
You know what you should have done, Monica?
What?
Brought them into a field and chosen the friend.
That would have been brilliant. I wish I had the feel statistics before this date. Well, you know what's funny is like, so this date was a really long time ago. This was like, honestly, pre-COVID. And afterwards, like, he followed me on Instagram. So then I posted the clip about the date, and I was kind of just like hoping he wouldn't see it because like I'm talking about him. And I don't know if he saw it or not, but then I saw that he liked like another video that I made like after.
To be like, I'm watching.
I don't know. Like, I guess because I don't really see his name pop up a lot. Like, it will sometimes. Like, sometimes he'll like my shit. But I was like, it's not often enough that I would like not post this. I mean, I'm not even like saying his name. But I was like, I wonder if he saw. Because then you were like, message him. And I was like, I don't know. I feel bad being like,
I know,
hey.
I didn't know that he followed you and like likes your content occasionally.
He's listening right now. But I don't want to be like, hey, remember when I rejected
Honestly,
you?
we'll take anyone. Welcome, sir.
We've had run-ins with people on this podcast, that's for sure. But yeah, so if you have any fan theories about why like this guy would bring.
Yeah, and if your fan theory is the explanation because you are that man.
Yeah,
let us
write
know.
in. Okay. We actually have a lot of celebrity news this week that we'd like to get through.
Yeah.
So our first piece of celebrity news, which is also like very on Menty Breaky brand, is that, I'm going to try to say this right, Tish Cyrus, who is Miley Cyrus's mom, married a guy who used to be in a relationship with Tish's daughter. Not Miley, Miley's sister, Noah. So Noah is 24. Noah was in some like friends with benefits on and off situation with this like 55-year-old guy.
Yeah.
Then I guess that ended. And then he married her mom.
Yeah. Bad. Bad.
So, and I think this all came to light because she went on Call Her Daddy.
No, it came to light because she didn't attend the wedding.
Oh, because Noah didn't attend the wedding.
Yeah, and then everyone was like, why? And then they're like, well, maybe it's because she used to fuck this guy.
That's so
which is
crazy.
And the brother didn't go as well.
Right.
To the wedding. Neither of them attended the wedding.
Well, I think they're taking sides.
And then they are, because like since their parents, since Billy Ray and Tish divorced, all the kids took a side.
Yes.
And they really took a side because on the wedding day, they took pictures of them like hanging out in Walmart, and Noah was wearing a Billy Ray Cyrus t-shirt.
Right.
Which is like extra drums.
Yeah, extra drums.
Yeah, and then it kind of was like, wow, why is Noah like throwing so much shade, and why didn't she go? And they're like, because that's her ex.
Yeah, but then Tish went on Call Her Daddy and was like gushing about this man, like being like, he's the best thing ever. But then all this news broke, I think after.
I think so. I think all the news broke kind of like in between the two things.
And then she went on another podcast and fully changed her tune. Yeah. And she goes, yeah, it is kind of difficult sometimes because we got married very fast. They said, I love you a day after meeting. And then she goes, I was unsure if this would work out because of our zodiac signs.
Yeah, she was like, I was so scared, and everywhere on the internet told me it wouldn't work because of our zodiac sign.
And I was like, maybe it won't work because he fucked your daughter.
Yeah, did you put that into Google?
Like, did you put that? Like, hey, maybe if my daughter fucked this guy, maybe the marriage won't work.
Yeah, like I don't think him being an Aquarius
Yeah.
is like why
make or break.
Why Noah didn't go to the wedding.
Yeah. And then apparently it came out that Miley was saying like she didn't know and now she knows, but like she just wants her mom to be happy or something.
But this family is off the rails because you know the dad married
like a 16-year-old.
Yeah, it's like Winter Rose or whatever the fuck, Rose Fire. Her name is from Australia.
Well, they met on the Hannah Montana set when this girl was like 12.
Nasty.
And
yeah, so they're like married. Well, that also, okay, I feel like they both like within a year of the divorce, both of them were engaged / married.
Honestly, I feel like a lot of people are like that. Or not a lot of people, but you're either like that or you're not.
Yeah, you just like always have to be with someone.
Yeah.
Definitely lots of people like that. And that it also is just like, well, that's just like that they both did it immediately with people that it's like you clearly shouldn't be with.
Yeah.
Like one is a child and one is your daughter's ex. It's like find a different person.
Yeah. And then Noah liked a thirst trap that Liam Hemsworth posted.
But then unliked it. Yeah. Noah's problematic too. Like, cause she, like all of her.
Well, she's engaged.
Is she?
Yeah, to some like rando.
Oh, I didn't know that. I know she used to be with like Lil Xan or whatever, and that was bad news because he got her hooked on pills.
Yeah. Okay, so the story that I wanted to tell is like, so my parents, they split when I was like super young. So I grew up with like watching my mom date, right? And I was just thinking like, if I was ever in that position, I truly just like that's beyond. Like, I know it's beyond for anyone, but like, I think because I grew up, but maybe it's like a fucking LA thing. I don't fucking know.
Like, kind of like a famous person thing, maybe? Like, because everyone, like, if you look at the fucking Kardashian tribe, like, how mixed up is that whole thing?
True.
Like, it's so interlaced. Everyone is, like, somehow, like, sleeping with or married to or has a kid with someone else's ex.
Like, I think Justin Bieber has fucked, like, 92% of the Kardashians.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he fucked Kendall. He fucked Kylie. Pretty sure he fucked Kourtney.
Really?
Yeah, that was like a thing. They were like leaving hotels together and stuff. And then everyone thought that Rain, her youngest, was like Justin Bieber's kid because he looks like Justin Bieber.
Wow. I didn't know that.
That was a whole theory. But okay, this is my story. I told Hannah I have a story and I'm scared it's going to be like sad. So if it's sad, I'll just cut it. And here's the thing about this story, okay, everybody? I'm not clipping this story. So if you want to watch this story, then you have to listen to the podcast. And
this is the clip.
This is the clip of me saying I'm not going to clip it.
And it's good.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
So to everyone who says I love the podcast and you're just watching the clips. Now we'll know.
We're going to test you.
Yeah, we're going to test you.
Hey. Repeat this story back to us.
Repeat the story back to us verbatim.
Can you? If you can't, don't even approach us.
Imagine we do all that and then there's no story. Like they...
That's the big joke.
Yeah. Okay. So I was thinking like, oh my mom, because she was like dating or like she was single growing up. So when I was in high school, also like my mom was pretty hot. Well, she is pretty hot. Like
she's a hot mom.
Yeah, she's a hot mom. And so when I was in high school, I had a crush on this guy who did not like me. I'll just like, we were good friends, but like no interest in me. And he was on and off with this girl for like all of high school. So then I can't believe I'm telling this story. I had a party, a New Year's party in grade 12. Okay. So everyone comes to my house. The last two people at my house at 3 a.m. are the guy that I like and his ex-girlfriend in my basement. And I'm just cleaning up my house, being like, can you guys get the fuck out of my house? And
That's so sad.
Yeah, it's not even close to done. So then my mom comes home and she's like, fine. She knew I was like having a party, whatever. And she's a chill mom and she's upstairs. Okay. So I'm like, can you guys like leave my house? So the girl leaves and like leaves the guy there. And I'm like,
what was he doing?
Wasted.
Oh.
Yeah.
There was alcohol at this party?
Are you surprised?
I am surprised. Did you drink? Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. I had some wild party days.
Yeah.
So she leaves him in my basement, wasted. My mom's upstairs. He's like downstairs. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this person now? Like, it's 3 a.m., right? And I'm like, how are you going to get home? And he like doesn't know. And yeah.
I hate a dumb, wasted man.
Yeah, it's like enough.
Hate.
And like, I'm just like, can the girl just like the girl already? Anyways, so then my mom, by the way, she does not drink. Like, she just like has an allergy to it or something. I don't know. So she's like, I can just like drive him home. Like, it's fine. So me, my mom, and this guy that I have a crush on who's blackout drunk get into a car. And we're sitting in the back and my mom's driving us. And he's hitting on my mom.
No.
For the whole ride to his house.
Oh. Well, I mean, that just makes him sound like a loser.
Yeah. So then we get to his house. And my mom's like not listening. Like, I don't even think my mom was paying. Like, she was like had music playing. We get to his house. And he turns to my mom and he's like, do you want to come in?
Oh my God. The balls on this guy.
I'd like to let everyone know, like, yeah, I've had a type since.
Wow.
I have a really good radar
what
of guys
did she
I like.
say? Was she like, you're insane?
She was just like, bye. Like, she was just like, I honestly don't think she was listening. My mom just like tunes out.
Monica, this guy's like the biggest asshole. He was like, I'll just fuck Monica's mom really quickly while she waits in the car. Like, what? Like, that was his plan?
After like hanging out with his
ex in your basement
until 3 a.m.
My God.
So then he like gets out of the car, not even done. Gets out of the car. The next day, he tells everyone at school that my mom drove him home drunk. Like, that my mom was drunk and was like a drunk driver driving him home.
Ew. This guy gets worse and worse.
Yeah, he's married with a kid now, so shout out.
Of course.
He actually wasn't that bad of a guy, but
like, why would you say that?
That he wasn't that bad of a guy. He wasn't.
He sounds like a nightmare.
I know.
Oh, God, Monica. Yeah, you have a type.
Yeah, it starts early.
Would be hilarious. He's married now to my mom.
I'm like, Tish, I feel you. No, my mom was like, get this fucking guy out of my car.
Oh my God. Men are just like, of course he has this drunk confidence of, I'll just fuck Monica's mom really quick and then like tell everyone a lie the next day.
Yeah, I'm like, well, now you're sober, so could you just like stop being an asshole?
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my story. Was that sad or funny?
I mean, it was like sadly funny.
It was sadly. It had its moments.
Yeah.
It had its giggles,
Him
for sure.
trying to fuck your mom is pretty funny.
Yeah.
And because I also know your mom, and she would just be like,
yeah, like out of it.
Yeah.
Like, no, yeah. Just like, what do you, yeah.
Like, have a good night, sweetie.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, totally
Yeah.
not get this teenager is trying to sleep with her.
And like, apparently Noah really liked this guy and he was the one that like ended it. And now he's like fucking her mom.
Yeah. I saw her in concert.
Noah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you like Noah.
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It'd be so sad to be Miley Cyrus's sister.
Yeah.
Like, so hard.
Yeah. You can feel that. Like, I think she's super talented, but like there was just like not the same
star power.
Yeah.
So our next topic is also kind of a circle back because Megan Fox has spoken out on Chelsea from Love is Blind, saying that she looks like Megan Fox.
No. She said, I 1,000% can see or believe that people told this girl she looks like me.
I meant she was speaking out on people saying that, but it is funny.
Yeah, she didn't say you look like me.
No.
She's like, oh yeah.
She's like, you have oval eyes as well.
I'm sure people, you have brown hair.
Yeah.
So, yeah, people probably did say you look like me. I think I have the exact quote.
Yes, Hannah's going to read the quote.
100,000%. Okay, Megan, relax.
Yeah, relax.
People have told her, you kind of look like Megan Fox. So I believe she's telling the truth. And I hope like she still has that sparkle in her eye. I hope the world didn't steal it from her. Mine died long ago from being bullied for 20 years. So I hope that didn't happen to her. Best wishes and blessings. Okay, Megan, chill the fuck out.
Honestly, chill out, because like you're Megan Fox, like it's gonna be okay.
Exactly. She's like, the sparkle in my eye died. No, it fucking didn't.
Yeah, you have a pretty big sparkle.
Yeah. Like, look at you.
Yeah.
You're sparkling.
You're sparkling. You're like the hottest woman on planet Earth.
I know.
You fucking...
You're like, my sparkle died.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, really? What does your fucking sparkle look like?
I'm also just like, if your sparkle died, I think if your sparkle dies, you don't exchange blood with the guy you're in a relationship with.
I know. Then stay home.
Yeah, that's not really a non-sparkle thing to do.
Every day you're out naked.
Yeah, every day you're out naked.
Fucking amazing.
Sparkling.
Yeah.
Lip filler.
You have new hair every fucking day.
MGK.
Really? That seems like a sparkle to me, Megan.
Yeah. Seems like a fucking sparkle to me.
Yeah, you're like, I'm best friends with the Kardashians. I'm dating MGK.
Yeah.
I'm at Drake's party.
Yeah.
Oh, really? What a horrible life, Megan. I can see why you fucking have no sparkle.
Yeah.
And that's also such a dramatic thing to say. My sparkle died 20 years ago.
Then you wouldn't be doing an interview.
Yeah. Okay, but now her and MGK on again, off again.
Yeah.
And she went on the podcast because they're like, how do you have a hot girl summer?
Yeah.
And she's like, get a hobby. I love it. She's like, run.
No, they were like, how do you have a hot girl summer? She's like, don't even look in a man's direction. Don't even think.
She's like, men will steal your soul. And she said they'll drain you. They'll suck the life out of you. And they're like, we kind of didn't ask.
They're like, you thought you had a sparkle? You don't fucking have a sparkle after men.
Exactly. And she's like, get off. Do anything you can, ladies. Do it for yourself. And they're like, okay.
They're like, we literally just asked you how you're going to enjoy your summer.
They're like, oh, okay. We were thinking, get a face peel.
We thought you were going to promote your new movie.
She's like, for the sake of God, run. Run from a man. Yeah, so she's having a bit of a tough time. And then MGK comments on this, preach.
Is that what he said?
He just said preach.
Yeah, he said preach. That's so funny.
It's like, it's about you, dummy.
Our Menty Breaky Queen of the Week is MGK because men...
Our MBQW is MGK.
Because last week we proved that men can also be pathetic.
Yeah.
And this week we're proving that men can also be our Menty Breaky Queens.
Yes, because so he preached on her comment.
I love
about
that.
him.
Like her being like, don't fuck with men. And then the man that like ruined her life is like, yup, you're right about that, sister.
But then he got a blackout tattoo of his whole upper body.
Yeah, you showed it to me. It was like all of his shoulders are black.
His chest. And then like part of his neck. And he has tons of tattoos, so now they're like mainly covered, but you can still see them coming through a bit. And he said on his Instagram, for spiritual purposes only. You're a white man. You're just a white man.
This is what like privileged men do.
Yeah.
Like they don't have enough pain in their lives, so they just like fucking, I don't know, try to not ejaculate.
Take cold showers.
Yeah.
She's just like, haha, I'm gonna get a hobby. And he's like, well, I'm gonna black out my whole body.
I don't know if she's like, haha, get a hobby. I think she was like in pain, losing her sparkle, like, get a fucking hobby. And then he was like, preach. And then,
but she's also just like, it's just like so hard. I don't know what's wrong, but like when I look at her, I'm like, girl, just like, you're the most beautiful person in the world.
I know.
Like, I just like can't feel sorry for her.
Thank you to MGK for being our first Menty Breaky Queen that is a man. I think you did really well at it. And keep commenting on Megan's posts. Keep commenting on her posts, whether you're together or single, when she says fuck men and you comment preach. We love that for you.
Yeah, keep commenting. Keep covering up your body with...
Yeah. I've had a guy do
it.
that. Like when I post something about like one of my dating reels or whatever, and I'm just like, I think I posted like, thank you to all the men who inspired this, because like it got featured on Betches or something, and he was like, you're welcome.
Funny.
Yeah. So
I've had guys where I post something of a joke and they're like, this is about me, and I'm like, it's not.
Yeah. And you're like, it is.
No, it wasn't. Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, no, you're just a narcissist.
Yeah. I would say it's not.
I
even
have that
if it was.
way more.
Yeah.
When I'll like do a joke and I'll have like multiple men be like, I know who that's about. I'm like, you don't.
You actually fucking, you think you're the only one.
Yeah, it's not you.
So women, hot girl summer, get a hobby, and MGK backs that.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to talk about on today's
Anyone
pod?
getting a hobby, MGK is proud of you.
MGK is proud of your hobbies. No offense, but I have to poo so bad right now. So hold on if you want to.
No, we're good.
Okay. Okay. Have a really great day, everyone. I'm going to leave that in the podcast.
I hope you're all out there listening to Taylor Swift's new album. I hope it's fire.
I'm going to poo.
Monica's going to poo.
Bye.
That better be in the podcast.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Happy pooing.
Thanks. Bye.